guys, you are now watching Sprightly Kid, and before we get started with this video, make sure you hit the button below and subscribe to my channel. So, if you are following my channel, you probably guys know by now that I love nature, collecting nature, like shelling, and you know that my mom's home cooking recipes, but I want to share to you another interest of mine, and another interest of mine is this. So I like writing stories. So these are the books that I wrote like a long time ago, like maybe 2 years ago, probably when I was 7 years old. One book. This is about narwhals. Ooh, and did you know that it's very rare that narwhals have double two tusks? Okay, enough about that. And then here's one. I don't know why I drew this picture. This is another character from a different show. This is out of the book. And why did I make a barcode? And here's another one. Sorry, my ear is itchy. So lately, I've been lazy drawing and writing because I have so many ideas in my head, because I have so many ideas that I want to share to you guys. I decided that I want to record myself and just tell it to you guys. The story that I'm gonna share to you is called, it's pretty long, it's called Taking Sonic's Gloves and Smelly Socks. Ew, he hasn't taken a bath in 12 years. Before I say the story, I want to tell you this is an adaptation about Sonic the Hedgehog. I just recreated it, but make my own ideas and, okay, stop saying it. And I might be saying I because I'm the narrator. Okay, so let's just jump into it already. Sorry guys, I farted. It's so gross. Okay, can we just get into it now? So once upon a time, I was walking to Malibu Beach to collect some seashells. Then Sonic passes by. He's collecting some floating brittle stars, and then I say, "Hi Sonic, how are you doing?" And Sonic says, "I'm fine." And I said, "Wait, you collect brittle stars?" And Sonic says, "Yeah." And I asked, "How many brittle stars do you have?" And he said, "About 400. And I'm like, "Wow, that's very awesome." And then I'm like, in my head, thinking, but wait a minute, there's something missing. And I'm like, and then I say, "Hey Sonic, you remember when Tails asked you to take off your gloves?" And Sonic is like, "Yeah, that was very embarrassing." And I said, "Now I will force you to take off your gloves. I want to see what's under those pests." And then Sonic is like, "No, don't do it." And then I'm like, "Yes, I will." And then Sonic flew very fast into the air, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, now I remain flightless like a giant moa." Have you ever wondered what giant moa is? It's a bird in New Zealand that's extinct. Okay, can we stop saying junk information right now and just get into the story? So, then drink a potion, and I became half human, half bird. So let me tell you some of my features. So I have like fluffy down feathers to keep the bird warm on each of my knees, and my human feet are bird feet, and I have a bird's bill. So right now, if you want to draw a human with a bird's beak, once you finish the drawing, it kind of looks freaky. Okay, can we just stop it right now? Okay, and I have like feathers growing down below my arm, and I also have a feather on each of my fingers. So then I fly, taking off to chase Sonic into the air. Meanwhile, on the beach, there are two women walking on the beach with Tails, Sonic's friend, and giant moa bird. So then when I catch Sonic, and then when he flew landed on the floor, and I'm like spreading my wings and like, "I'm going to eat you, Sonic." And then Sonic is like, "Ah!" He's like screaming for help. He's like, "Help, help, 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 somebody please help me." And then Knuckles is like, "Hey, what are you doing to my friend Sonic?" And I'm like, oh, nothing." And then I'm like, "Hey Knuckles, you better listen to me right now, or else I'll devour you next." I say, "Hey Knuckles, did you know that Tails forced Sonic to take off his gloves? And I saw his creepy blue hands." And then Knuckles is like, "Oh really?" And then Sonic is like, "No, Knuckles, don't listen to Sprightly Kid. He's lying. I didn't. There were no creepy blue hands." And I said, "Yes, they were. Knuckles, listen to me." And then and then I go back to Sonic, like this. And then I'm like, "Sonic, first I will rip off your wings." So my hands are feathered, so it's kind of irritating. So it didn't work in the first place. I have a razor sharp bill. By the way, I'm a combo of many birds. So I have the beak of a seagull, the feathers of an eagle or wings, the tail of a peacock, and the feet of a macaw or parrot. So after I cut off Sonic's wings with my sharp beak, Sonic's wings are now took off. He remains flightless now. He's made to fly fast in the sky, not to run fast. So now he's basically at the same speed of when the leatherback turtle is swimming, or any kind of turtle. Stop being so specific. Okay, so now that his wings are come off, and I'm like, "I will eat you." And then Sonic is like, "No, you will not." And then he quickly grabbed me, hold a rubber band in his hand, tied my feet together, and then he threw me in the air. And I'm like, "Help me." So I still can fly, but I can't fly as good when my feet are tied together. So back to the two women with Tails and the giant moa. They're just walking, enjoying the beach, and then I land on them with a smash, like crash, boom. So then after I fell down, the two women got up. They were fine, and they asked, "Oh, are you okay?" And then I said, "Yeah, my feet are tied together." And I said, "Wait, that's the giant moa?" And the giant moa said, "Mm-hmm." And I'm like, "Wait, scientists were able to bring you back to life?" And he said, "Yeah." And then and the giant moa also continued saying, "In the original period I lived, I couldn't survive that much, so now I'm in peace, no predators." So I said, "Hi, giant moa. My name is Sprightly Kid, and I'm half human and half bird." And giant moa said, "Wow, can you also change into many forms?" I said, "Sure, I always have an endless potion in my pocket. I think what I want to turn into so I can defeat it." So then the two women untied my feet, and then Sonic came to shore, and he was holding an entire country of Kazakhstan. I don't know how long is Kazakhstan? Probably over a kilometer. Okay, stop talking about maps right now. That's junk nonsense. And then he threw Kazakhstan on me, and I'm like, "Ow," for a few seconds. And then the two women asked, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah," but I didn't get hurt, except there was a circle on my forehead. The circle is like a small wound. It's not that tragic. Then I grabbed out a magic wand and froze Sonic. And then I took off his gloves, and then when I unfroze him, Sonic looked at his hands and was like screaming. And then the scream blasted all over the houses in Malibu. Yeah, and then Sonic saw me, did something even worse. I took his gloves and threw them on in the tide pool nearby. And then Sonic's like crying, "No, my gloves are gone. Now everyone will see my creepy blue hands," Sonic says. And I said, "Ha ha ha, you deserve it." While Sonic was crying, Ugandan Knuckles. Okay, here's the part where I say another nonsense again. So there's like a Ugandan version of Knuckles. I don't know who made Ugandan Knuckles, but they're choosing like a specific country that's not popular as China, like Uganda. Okay, stop talking about it. And he said, "Do you know the way?" And then and then when people write it down, it's like a wrong spelling, and I'm like, what? Excuse me, I don't speak Ugandan, so can you please speak English? Sonic stopped crying, and he laughed, and I'm like, Sonic, it's not funny. He's speaking another language, and can he speak English? And then Sonic is like, what? And then I'm like, wait a minute, I see another secret that you hid. And Sonic is like, what? And I'm like, your feet. And Sonic is like, my feet? Do you have human feet? I asked, and Sonic said, no. And then I took off his shoes, and then that's when I noticed a scent, and I'm like, ew, what's that smell? Ew. So the smell was 1,000,000,000% disgusting. It smelled like very rotten cheese, very spoiled milk, and very expired eggs. So I'm like, ew, what is that? And then I took off his socks, and then I'm like, holy moly, that is disgusting. Ew, his feet. First of all, his feet smells like a skunk's breath or a skunk's fart. And second, it's like all disgusting. So his feet look very disgusting. It obviously looks like a human's foot, but it's like, ew, like legit disgusting. Like, oh my gosh, this smells bad. That's it, Sonic. I'm gonna throw your socks and shoes into the tide pool. And then I grabbed his socks. Let me pretend this is the sock. And then I'm like, throw it into the tide pool. And then it landed on the tide pool. Meanwhile, in the tide pool, so there's Sally the starfish and Marie the sea urchin, and then Sally smelled something, and then she said, ew, what's this disgusting smell? Marie, we better swim into the open water right now. And then they swim away back onto the beach, and like, Sonic, I'm gonna call your girlfriend to ground you and give you a bath and slow down your speed. And then Sonic is like, what? How do you know my girlfriend's phone number? And I said, that's because I know everything. And then this is my phone, and then like, beep, 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 and I'm like, beep, and I'm like, hello, is this Sonic's girlfriend? And then Sonic's girlfriend is like, yes, who is this? Hello, my name is Sprightly Kid, and I want to warn you that I've revealed secrets of Sonic. And then his girlfriend is like, oh really? What? So I found out that he had human feet. I took off his shoes and socks, and then I threw them into the tide pool, and then all the sea creatures were like disgusted, including the sea slug. And he needs a bath, and can you please ground him? And then his girlfriend is like, yeah, sure. I will come here right now, and I will ground Sonic. And I said, and then I said, bye, see you there. 6 minutes later, Sonic's girlfriend came over, and she's like, Sonic, when was the last time you took a shower? And then before Sonic could answer, I could still smell it. It's so bad. The air is coming out of the salt water in the tide pool that I puked on Sonic. I puked on him. That was so gross. Ew. And Sonic said 12 years ago. And then me and Sonic's girlfriend gasped. And she was like, oh my gosh, Sonic, 12 years ago? Ew, you're so disgusting. I'll tell everyone to not make friends with you ever again, especially Tails, said Sonic's girlfriend. And Sonic is like, what? And then his girlfriend is like, yeah, you will have no friends, and then you will end up being sad for your whole life. When Sonic's girlfriend got into the car, she let me sit in the passenger seat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in love right now, but at the same time, very angry. And I said to Sonic, Sonic, when you get home, me, my mom, and your girlfriend will take a bath. And then after that, my mom will lock me and you in my room. We'll talk together, and then I'll throw you out of the window. And Sonic is like, and I said yes. And then when we got home, and then I come into the door, and my mom is like, "Hey, sprightly kid, did you find any seashells?" And I'm like, "No, because I got distracted by Sonic." And then my mom's like, "Ew, what's this disgusting smell?" And I said, "Oh, it's Sonic's feet. He hadn't took a bath in 12 years." And my mom is like, "What? He's so disgusting. Nobody will want to make friends with him because he's a disgusting pest." And then and then I said, "Everyone get into the bathroom." So I led everyone to the bathroom, and then my mom let me clean Sonic first. So at first I cleaned Sonic's smelly, disgusting feet. The more I scrubbed it, the more disgusted I got. So I said to my mom, "Mom, can you please get me a pin to cover my nose with?" And then my mom said, "Sure, here you go." And she put it on over my nose, and then I can't smell anything. It's so great. Thank God I'm freed from the smell. But after I did Sonic's feet, I now clean Sonic's creepy blue hands. And after that, me, Sonic's girlfriend, and my mom just literally scrubbed the rest of Sonic's body. And then we dried him up. And then he's finally clean. And then his girlfriend is like, "Finally, after 12 years, he's now clean. Finally, he's now a clean hedgehog. Finally, not disgusting." And then I pulled Sonic, let him into the room, and then I said to my mom, "Okay, Mom, you can now close the door, lock it." And then after she locked it, I spent time with Sonic. 2 hours later, and I'm like to Sonic, "Okay, Sonic, before I throw you out of the window, I want to show you something very interesting in the corner. I have a pet hedgehog. He's so cute, and I always would snuggle him every time." And then I'm like, "Now I'm gonna compare you to the hedgehog, my pet hedgehog." And then once I compared it, I'm like, "What? Sonic, you don't even look like a hedgehog." And then Sonic is like, "What? You found out about it." And then I said, the creator doesn't know what a hedgehog looks like." And Sonic is like, "What? You're offending the creator. That's it, I will report him." And then Sonic knows that he didn't have his phone. And Sonic's like, "What? Where did the phone go? Did you take it?" And I said, "Yeah, I hid it somewhere secret." And Sonic is like, "I'm gonna find that thing." And then I'm like, "Mom, come here." And then Mom is like, "What's up?" "Okay, now it's time to throw Sonic out of the window." And then my mom is like, "Okay, I'll call Sonic's girlfriend." "Sonic's girlfriend?" hollered my mom. "Yeah," replied Sonic's girlfriend. "I want you to come here. You should watch this." So I first moved the drawers, and then I opened the window, and then I throw Sonic out, and then Sonic landed on someone's balcony that it crashed. And that was the end. And now I'm now the girlfriend. I'm now the new boyfriend of Sonic's girlfriend. Sonic and his girlfriend just broke up because he's very smelly. That was the end of my Sonic story. I hope you guys like it. Remember to hit the button below and subscribe. Thank you all guys for watching Sprightly Kid, and goodbye!